If I asked you why Amazon is called Amazon, you'd probably say because it's huge. And you'd actually be right. But that's only part of the story. Amazon wasn't always called Amazon. In fact, Jeff Bezos had several completely different names in mind before settling on the one we know today. Some were ordinary, some were strange, and one of them could have completely changed the identity of one of the world's most valuable companies. So why did Jeff Bezos choose the name Amazon? The answer involves the world's largest river, the alphabet, and one very clever branding strategy that helped shape the future of online shopping. This is the story behind the name Amazon. To understand the name, we first need to go back to 1994. At the time, Jeff Bezos was working on Wall Street as a senior vice president at the investment firm D.E. Shaw. It was a prestigious job with an impressive salary and an incredibly promising future. But one statistic changed everything. Bezos came across a report showing that internet usage was growing at roughly 2,300% per year. He later described it as the fastest growing technology he'd ever seen. Rather than ignore the opportunity, he made one of the biggest career gambles in business history. He quit his job. Despite his parents questioning the decision and many friends thinking he was making a mistake, Bezos packed up his car and drove across the country to Seattle. During that famous road trip, he began writing the business plan for what would become Amazon. But Bezos wasn't trying to build the online store we know today. At least not yet. His first challenge was deciding what to sell. He made a list of about 20 different product categories. Everything from computer software to office supplies. Eventually, one product stood out. Books. Why? Because there were millions of titles in print. No physical bookstore could stock them all. But an online bookstore didn't have those limitations. Customers could browse a nearly endless catalog without Amazon owning every single book. It was the perfect product for the early internet. Here's where things get interesting. Amazon almost had a completely different name. The company was originally incorporated as Cadabra Incorporated. The name came from the word abracadabra. Bezos liked it because it suggested magic. The idea was simple. You click a button, and almost magically, a book appears at your door. But there was a problem. One lawyer reportedly misheard cadabra as cadaver, not exactly the image you want for an online bookstore. So Bezos immediately began searching for something better. Jeff Bezos had an unusual habit. He would browse through dictionaries looking for company names. He wasn't looking for something trendy. He wanted a name that communicated scale. Then he found it. Amazon, like the Amazon River, the largest river in the world by water volume. A river so enormous that it drains nearly 1/5 of all the fresh water flowing into Earth's oceans. Bezos wanted his bookstore to become the biggest bookstore on Earth. Eventually, the biggest store of anything. The name perfectly captured that ambition. But there was another reason. Back in the mid-1990s, people didn't discover websites through search engines. Instead, they often browsed alphabetical internet directories. Yahoo, Netscape, web indexes. Being near the beginning of the alphabet was actually an advantage. Starting with the first letter meant Amazon often appeared near the top of lists. Today, that sounds insignificant. But in 1995, every little advantage mattered. It was free visibility, and Bezos knew it. Amazon officially launched in July 1995. The first book sold was Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies by Douglas Hofstadter. Within just a month, orders were arriving from every U.S. state and dozens of countries. The bookstore was working, but Bezos had always envisioned something much bigger. Books became music. Music became movies. Then electronics, toys, home goods, clothing, cloud computing, streaming, artificial intelligence, and even space exploration through Blue Origin. The company had evolved exactly the way its founder imagined. Like the Amazon River, it kept expanding. Even Amazon's logo reinforces the company's vision. The famous smile isn't just a smile. It's also an arrow. The arrow stretches from A to the letter Z, meaning Amazon sells everything from A to Z. It also resembles a satisfied customer's smile. One simple logo, two different meanings, just like the company's name. Simple, but carefully designed. So, why is Amazon called Amazon? Because Jeff Bezos wanted a name that represented the largest store in the world. He borrowed it from the Amazon River, the largest river on Earth, to symbolize limitless scale and ambition. It also happened to begin with the letter A, giving the company better visibility in the internet's earliest directories. And that's fitting, because what began as a tiny online bookstore in a Seattle garage has grown into one of the largest companies in human history. Sometimes, the perfect company name doesn't just describe what a business is. It describes what it hopes to become. And in Amazon's case, it did exactly that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning the story behind Amazon's name, check out the rest of the series. Why is Nike called Nike? Why is McDonald's called McDonald's? Why is Starbucks called Starbucks? Why is IKEA called IKEA? Why is Nintendo called Nintendo? Why is Pepsi called Pepsi? And if there's another famous brand you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next story behind the brand name.